Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be doing my Can Blue States Flip series. I'm going to be doing New Hampshire this time as you guys have requested. Now this one's a little bit harder to do. There's less empirical data that I can go off of from a statewide contested race that would simulate the national environment. Very little exit polling from 2018. Not really anything I could really work with from that, but we can go off of trends and certain aspects of how this could flip for 2020 for Trump. Now, he in the House races here in 2016, Republicans didn't do too bad. They lost by around 2 to 3 points. And in 2018, Republicans really didn't lose a whole lot of ground, but more people turned out for the Democrat, less third-party vote going on here. That helped the Democrat turnout, which actually was almost as high as 2016. Republicans didn't turn out as much, and a lot of independent voters turned out to vote for the Democratic Party here. So there's definitely a case of that being the case. Republicans do need to turn out. That is step one in order to win New Hampshire. Now here's the map from 2012. And then here's the map from 2016. Obama was a very good fit for the state. He beat Romney, who was actually a New Englander. He beat Romney pretty handily. This is the Trump map where Trump did much better in these counties. Trump is going to have to run it up in these red counties. He's going to have to run it up in the more rural part of the state here. And if you look at the governor's race here, which is not entirely accurate for how Trump will win the state, because Chris Sununu is very popular. I'm not sure if Sununu has endorsed Trump. I think he's more friendly to Trump than other New England governors such as Charlie Baker. But it does appear that the map looks roughly the same. They're roughly around the same amount of counties won. Definitely this Concord County right here went for Sununu by 4. If Trump could flip this, he would essentially gain the state. Now, you see some other counties here, but basically there wasn't really any other counties that Trump won that Sununu won. So Trump has to really replicate this map for the governor's race in order to win. It's possible he can lose Merrimack County, which is where Concord is, and still win the state. He's going to have to run up the margins in places like Belknap County, 60% of the vote. This county right here, I believe Trump got 60% of the vote there as well. So Trump is definitely going to need to run it up in certain parts of the state in order to win. Now, if you look at exit polls here, we can look inside other empirical data. Trump won the white vote in New Hampshire. He won it by 2. He lost the non-white vote by 25. That's not that bad compared to some other states. Trump losing the non-white vote by just 25 points really indicates that if polls are right, almost every poll shows he's improving his approval with non-white voters. If he can maintain the white coalition, I guess he might have a shot to carry the state. Another thing here is, I know the exit polls were a little off for the college graduates thing. I think that they really kind of switched the percentages in terms of the no degree, do they have a degree. There's a whole slew of articles out there that you could look at for that. Definitely he got whacked with white college grads either way. He's going to have to do better in this category. He possibly could in a state like New Hampshire. It's going to be tough, but whites without a degree, he's definitely going to have to talk about the economy, talk about the blue-collar wages rising and the unemployment rate, as well as how many jobs have been brought to New Hampshire. He's also going to have to talk about what he's done to combat the opioid epidemic, which is a really, really big issue going on in New Hampshire. Another thing you can see here is the party registration for a presidential race is about even. If Trump's approval is over 90% with Republicans, I could see him doing better with Republicans than 89-7. Democrats definitely, I don't think he's really made a whole lot of inroads with just Democrat voters as a whole, other than the Democrats that he had from before. Definitely independent voters are key. Will the economy win independence? If we can look at the biggest issues, I believe that is on this exit poll as well, from 2016, 51% valued the economy, 17% valued foreign policy. You can argue with things like ISIS being defeated and stuff going on overseas that Trump would improve in this category, as well as in the economy. Definitely he will improve. Now, healthcare could be a burden for him. Again, you have immigration's not a very big issue. He did win with voters that were concerned about immigration by a massive margin. You could assume his terrorism margin would be up after the defeat of ISIS. It really does seem like the immigration margin, he'll be able to keep that, and it just basically across the board, you would assume that he would, but increase in all these issues. But hey, the issues do change. Healthcare is going to be a big issue for 2020. Also, things like free stuff. It is a big Bernie Sanders state. So if Bernie's the nominee, he's going to struggle. But if the nominee is another candidate like Hillary or Joe Biden, I think that it's very possible New Hampshire can go for Trump. But as of right now, it's a tilt to lean D state. Definitely, this was a state that really approved of Obama, 54-45. And Trump had a negative 30% favorability rating here, and Hillary had a negative 19, so Hillary had an 11-point advantage in favorability, but a lot of voters that were unfavorable both took a chance on Trump by, I believe this poll says it's 9 points. So if Trump gets all those voters on board, which the polls really show he has done that, and in this state his approval probably is around 44, 45, I'm not going to look at the Morning Consult map because it's garbage. I'm not going to even use that for any analysis here. That map shows Trump doing better in Virginia than doing in Ohio, and we know that that's not true. But I'm assuming his favorability here is around 43, 44. He's not so far gone in New Hampshire. It's possible he can win it, especially because his favorability rating would have increased significantly since 2016 in the state, as it has in many states across the country. That's basically what you see here. Also, here's another thing. In 2016, 57% of people said the economy was poor. Now, if people, again, come around to the improving economy, I think that Trump could get an edge among some of those swing voters, even voters he didn't win in 2016. Now, area type is a key thing here. Trump's rural appeal, he's got to do better than 47% in a rural area in this state. It's possible he can lose the suburbs and the urban area by a wider margin, but he's got to win. I don't even buy this exit poll. It's very possible he'd win the rural areas by 15 to 20 points. Even in the New England places like New Hampshire, or even some counties in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. He won Essex County, I believe, and he'll probably win that again and maybe even flip Orleans County in Vermont. So, apparently, if you break it down by region, again, the Manchester and Concord areas, not too keen on Trump, but Trump, has he done enough for the economy and the opioid epidemic? Only time will tell. It's very possible he flips New Hampshire. I honestly think he'd flip Minnesota before he'd flip New Hampshire, but for the sake of this video, we're going to put New Hampshire in the red column just for the satisfaction of the fact that it possibly could flip. I'll be doing that basically in every single video I choose to do on a Can This State Flip series. So that's basically it for today. Also, new update, I will be going live for the debates, both debates, and I'll give analysis. We'll watch it during. I'll give analysis after. So you want to be there on Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna analyze these. I'm not gonna crack too many jokes at the Democrats' expense. Definitely got to analyze these in terms of how they should be analyzed. That's beside the point, but alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video and subscribe to get me to 6,000 and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media and donate to my Patreon, links in description. And thanks again for watching guys. Red Eagle, out.